Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuhu. UDP for Diversity, Alaji Ture. Yo badin UDP nkolu, badin Gambia nkolu. Wadi tambita mamme bake na Venezuela la electiono kuwa kacha nyemforu monyento. Ngani UDP as an opposition party, ngani UDP la situation o compare jang. Opposition member Venezuela and in dictator member Venezuela menketa Nicolas Maduro ti yo handi kabi murunta nan komen ka wakacha nyin ka wala kontinendi pour nyin kamala UDP ani UDP fasa lalo isaje ko nsiku karanje pour nyin kamala nga nyatling 2026 election o menna katu na 2026 presidential election o abe kala election la time yalon ko abe kole yala abe kumma yala katambi 2021 election on jinda UDP has everything to win 2026 presidential election but in the opponent solo nimmedi be nyola wolu they have everything to lose so wala atin nan ko nyin election on nyin abe kole yala bakala UDP ntolu ba win lale bari nimmeni be nyola wala be folale andu ni fota e be fola fengo bele la wo fo aninka fo fengo bela wo silango wala be fe nyola andu wo silango wala batinna ite ke kolonna e be kurikela e manyanna menukela aliyene la moy Venezuela la dictator abe manya menna aliyani Gambia fanan compare UDP isaje ko nsi karanta soto je baadiŋolu meŋ be ke kaŋ Venezuela wala mu ñinti ko United Nations duniya bala kafu baame ka fa United Nations wala li ye dandalaro ke ye yamarlo ke Venezuela la ibe tajarenteya meŋ na banku diŋol kaŋ Venezuela aniŋ fanaŋ tumo meŋ i maŋ tara i tilindiŋ i maŋ tara tiliŋo tamandi kaŋ banko ñiŋ kaŋ bari janniŋ be dunnawo kono mbafalo Gambia dingolye ko hashtag no third term for Adama Barrow 2026 Adama Barrow manyan natala third term ola 2026 amang eligible amanyan na lola manyan na sonnala hashtag Barrow must go by force 2026 Adama Barrow nyanta tala le by force 2026 Nicolas Maduro's ay ñine foko ako atele election o win atele kanyata kote ke manda saban jangola bari opposition way ñim foko itolli danken yata andum sedo bebulu evidence o bebulu ko itolle election o win Venezuela opposition o ñim United Nations la kafo anala expert o ila lonnalo nanata comme election o ko ñinna yeñim foko presidential election o menketa Venezuela amanke anin tilingola andum amanke anin tonya kan aman sabati hani tilingo damandingo aman sabata kan UN la panelol expertol yenyim fo tumo men Carter Center fana ye Venezuela la IEC criticize election o keta nyaadi Carter Center wolu lonta nyinale kata bankol kan ka election o jiben ka election o observe Carter Center wol fana ye nyin tandi ka foko Venezuela la election o presidential election o amanta anin silola andum amanke ka foko election o me yalon ko akata democratic silola ñing kafu fulol be men kana United Nations ti anin Carter Center ye Venezuela la IEC government National Electoral Council Venezuela ye ijalay ñinna ko ye doku menke amanke doku kendati tumo men ye Nicolas Maduro ye wole kanyandi ñing election o ñinto andum iba kanyandi la bari ima kanyandi anin election la result wala comme imang election result wala imang wala fintindi to moment ibe Maduro kanyandi la United Nations la human right menketa comme ka mol la nyanto kele yenyi dandala do keko election o nyin aketa men kono wala mu silandiro le keta je ye molu arrest le ye molu detain le to moment nyin presidential election o nyin bekela Venezuela la man sakunda ko moment tata fo mo wuli fula mo kemenani ye wala li arrest ye detain July karo tilimuan anin kononto kata fo lummen election o nyim fana bekela tum momen fo hani janni ba fala ko ibe election o nyim me yalon ko ala resulto mol man songala fo hani janni ba fala ko ibo fola ye momen arrest tata fo mo wuli fula kemenani United Nations la nying nyanto kele lalu menketa volka tokati comme United Nations la human rights chief United Nations la hadamadu la nyanto fasa membe loring o nyato menketa volka tokti ay nyim fo ala diamoto nying talata long men tambita ako abe kumma ala bake you know andum fanan abe ni kuya beje bake kaje ko mol men yalon ko mo jama ye menu yalon ko ye detain ye arrest ye dolta yewolu charge comme ka foko wolbe sifatan fansolla wolbe comme ka konnante ya wolka wole wajabindi banko kan anin comme terrorism comme modura la mansa kunda e mo kensangolu jala e walla UN United Nations fana nyim fo fana ko comme lokungol men be tambita ten molie demonstration ke silol kan molie protesto ke silol kan anin social media bari wo demonstration lu anin wo social media demonstration lu mansa kunda natana molu la nyanto tinya wotole anatana ka molu ka kurke molu la men yalon ko anin luwa manta ñi mol mena ko itolu imantra mo fasa kan independent itolu independent expert lelmo yemen safe wala munin ko mo muanning saba wala banta wala fata kabo july karotil muanning sey kata fo august karotil sey mo muanning sey wala fata elanin election o nyin kono andum abe sunta kidi fayol la comme moduras la police ya kidi fayo menke bari Maduro fango même Venezuela la dictator ti tene lunga ate ko mo men fata je mo monin lulu damale fata je andung ate wo be ay opposition le jala wo be la so ate naman sakunda man koku ke wo be opposition le sabu so albenyen jala comme Gambia fanan aka kek nyamen dictator wato wati itol katu opposition lel blame la dictator sol wato wati hani itol fangol la failure itol fangol la kuruyalu itol fangol la tajarante ya isafo ko opposition lam so nyim manke kukutate aka keten ne dictator ya wotumo mu moduras ayala justice system oning me yalon ko justice system oning ba atella mansa kunda ko to ala patio you know exactly ko gambe benyamin justice system oning be ala patio le bulo maduros la patio you know andung ayafo justice system yoko e nyantale nyimolu ye kukela me yalon ko abe sangara la wala munyenti iron fist comme ye tajarante ya kenneke Maduro si wala fala justice system oni so nka wala je Gambia PIU la tajarante ya mole ka fo PIU yoko alinyin ke molula alinyin ke opposition wala nka jana ako he urged the justice system which is largely under the control of his socialist PSUV party to act with an iron fist Maduro si fala mole so ñing odal men ka bonan santo e ka bonan nyaton ko fangole ya pour kaje ko police ni military ni sojarolu ye banku dingolu tajarente ya UN la United Nations dunia la ñing kafu ba ela nyaton ko men ka hadama wala nyanto kele e ka me chief Volker Turk ayden foko farol men beketa ibe nyanta independent be nyanta invest kisi lale andun aynin tandi fanan ko ñin farolu i manyanna kake koteke i manyanna luwa ñatonkolu manyanna kañin farol ke koteke andun luwa ñatonkolu i manyanna ka demonstrator lalu anin protest lalu i manyanna anin comme mo katangol i manyanna many be demonstrate kan against government i manyanna ka itajaranteya andum mansa kunda la molu men yalon ko mo kilinkilingolu anin men be mansa kunda fasa kan i manyanna i ka boy opposition mol kan men be demonstration wala anin men be protest la anno yalon kanyim fananje gambia le mol men yalon ko to ko ka adama baro le fasa i ko ka mansa kunda le fasa isaje ko ye boy opposition kan because to yamira mutako man sakundale be fasa kan man sakundale be koma ando nyimbala hakilo bulan la menna wala mu adama baro ye menfo ka fala mol yoko ni boytale kan aliye kelendi ndolle be man sakunda al kana asila ndolle be man sakunda aliye jele dictator sol ka wok nyamen aliye moduras jele aka menfo ala mol ye anin adama baro kan menfo ala mol ye al kana asilan mbali koma ndolle bal fasa la ali kan moduros moy nyamen anin adama baro akallo akafo policial muntel tati sojarol muntel tati security muntel tati military men muntel tati nyin kammala pour asi wol use oppositional kan asi use banku dingol kan ali yajal dictator sol ka tamanyame andum dictator man nyimmin ko e mari kana anin military silol la muduros manke military manti amanke ka ko ay banko ta nin kidol la adama baro manke ko ay banko ta nin kidol so kake dictator ti o man nyimmin ko ibinale inin kido ye banko ta hani ika carte o fay president en ni carte fayo ay yelma ay kenyin dictator ba kata wonti comme bi adama baro be nyame so Venezuela molie protest okay molie demonstration okay to moment ila electoral commission on CNE ya announce ko Maduro le kanyeta you know bari ibo kela bari manna iman fem fintindi iman election result fintindi iman yaterin fintindi ka tandi molla ko Maduro's kanyeta ten ifintel drong e Maduro declare ko Maduro's le kanyeta you know nin kam mun ta dron comme ntol fananta kada nyamen election o suto to moment 2021 to moment IEC be election results solu fola bare al bina futa lo wotol opposition ko opposition ko election men karton men fighter niya akasabi ya jiben o baitan la ka fuko itolle kanyeta ila presidential candidate me ka fa Edmundo Gonzalez wole winter andon a winter margino menna memba ni Maduro stema a wara batale a win batale opposition lolu ñunu itolu fero menke yela kartolu ya yatele internet o ñinto comme ila ifangol la voting ya yatele yela kesolu control yela result solu control yela result solu ya protect so bring ila kurata ina tana afintindi internet o ñinto a tandi ka fuko itolle kanyeta ye menu soto comme menu be election o ñing jiben kan woliye result o men soto way may tandi wala mu ñinti ko Gonzales même mu opposition o ñinti akanyeta le 67% kemo keme ay taw woro anin woro wala soto Maduras me yalon ko atele mu dictator ñinti ate 30% le soto kemo keme ay tan sabale soto so woto akamunta ko opposition o yin dam bakela andum ñu le keta Gambia la election to 2021 opposition o ye Adama Barrow dam bakela ala NPP bake fon ñine keta Gambia yo ñin tene ñin talato men tambita United Nations la expertolu men yanon ko Venezuela la National Electoral Council wala liye commande Venezuela la IEC wala liye commande pour comme isina ye election ñin ya jibe ye result ol ñine jiben experts ol ye menje election lungo wala mu ñinti ko karto faytale tenko nin Cairo kono ajel andum karto fanan fa carte kesol nin kol tata ñmen wo seneyatale comme exactly Gambia 2021 mol tatale karto fay a ñama organized a ñama problem manke wari carte yate dula tiñaro keto wolto so Venezuela fanan keto wolto carte lungo carte fay lungo kuku manke tana manke on Tuesday ako bari experts will nata menje election lungo experts will nata menje election lungo comme ngamen fo iman tanawtana je election obe kala lummen karto be fayla because karto be fayla carte faydula karto buka tiñawota buka suñawoto edo ako bari ñing United Nations la mole yemen il nata menje wala mu ñinti ko CNE wala muy la IEC yemen announce amanke tilingoti ye election result men announce amanke tilingoti anin tilingo manta andung election o ñing a result o ñing amang credible wala mu ye men fo men kanyata o man kanye ni be ko mo ñing sutiandi la in particular UN experts yenyi tandiko ku jamale man tiling election o ñing kono andung moduros la mol ye même fo ala CNE ye même fo CNE wala mala Independent Electoral Commission IEC Venezuela ye même fo ye men di aning opposition o ye men soto i manque kilinti andung ñing UN experts olu itolie men kasabi aning opposition o ye men kasabi nin ko mu wolu mulunta bakele so wota kamunta ko nibe kumoñin sutiyandi la mo duros man kanye yon kana damen to fo maja ako jang National Assembly head Jorge Rodriguez called the UN panel rubbish ila National Assembly member nya ton kayala ako UN la ñing kisi rolu omu fennanti amang kuntayala mo amang betea amanke fembetati to nyate je so andung wo parliament oning National Assembly member nyato moduro sala molem comme bi Adama Barrow membe National Assembly Adama Barrow la molem membe onoma Adama Barrow la molem so wolite kuma fola election oto me yalon ko ate Adama Barrow favor wala tina Gambia doku bale bembulu fo ngani be jibem ngani be korosi 2026 so butun comme drong ngamira le ko moñim be sotole lafita men fola jang comme drong ngatara parering UDP ngatara parering nga jiben kol be ke kam banku kotongol to nyaade la because nin incumbent solu e ke karan banku kotongol la le e ke fanan ke karan banku kotongol la dictator la kol men be kere banku kotongol ka bari fanan nyantale ngatara parering for any eventuality fere ila ferol besiala le bari alinga tram parering na kol korosi fanan nga korosi rol ke dinkira alto isaje ko na plan B soto isaje ko nga strategize mbe election o win le no doubt but these people are not going down without a fight ntol be election o win lale UDP be election o win lale but UDP ko nga fanyame UDP has everything to win but these people have everything to lose so woto kambala itol yalo ne te kanyela yalo ne molte karto fayle bari ite parela komen ke da atra ko imanko beke ibe ko beke la membe sinde laje bari woto alintol fananga tra parering nga bundali be suki nga possibilities sol be suki me batinna ibe kuruya kala waranto men batinna ibe ferol be kala andu ngam men faale ñing institution sabol kummayata baake election o ñintole wala mu independent electoral commission right now in the Gambia Adama Barrow la mollel beje changes man keje andu electoral act man change parliament to jumale beje Fabakary Tombong Jatta anin Sidin Jai. This is very, very important. Pour ka je fanan korosi. Nintata na judiciary. Jumale beje Hassan Jai na la molle fo Hassan Jallow lembang ana la molle beje. And when you institutional kane on the mind on the rate, they are very, very instrumental. Ninga nata ka election nying either aita right or aita wrong. Andu ngamere Gambia dungu ngana experience wo soto jele. Aketan nale 2021 and nying institutional be role play jele, you know, nying institutional be role play jele 2021 election o nyinto otongal kontongal tento angal badi ma alaji tour yo assalamu alaikum badin UDP kolu badin Gambian kolu ngam men karangal ye jang Venezuela la election o la presidential election o me yalon ko anin Gambia la presidential election o mulunta bakele 2021 nene ka fo nun janne lokun tambila ngaya Venezuela la presidential election o anin Gambia la presidential election o 2021 ngi compare katu kujamale mulunta je I hope ko al hakilo yama meburunda nan koteke ka continue o presidential election o abita ka nyaadile lafita UDP la nyaton ko ye nyin ya karang UDP dingolu UDP la executives ani menisi fahamuro keno ye nyin karang ya jiben pour nyin kammala isaje ko nsim pareno nyamen 2026 because ku jamal be nyin safero kono me yalon ko asimako no 2026 because incumbent solo ila fero warta back nyin mede be man sakunda ila fero warta back andu nyantale nga pare nga ferol be jiben isi mum ferol lelke alene la moy Venezuela la dictator Nicolas Maduro abe manyale menola pour nyin kambala dron asikeno mfanansi bula na opposition asikeno nsi bula wo situation si fa kono alman tankala bari nimbulata kono fana waranto ningaje ko ipareta memmen asatro ko ntolbe one step ahead nyantale nga tara one step ahead andu nyantale nga plan B fanan soto ning Adama Barrow nala nyin criminal lol andu wo kono IEC be wala kono IEC man falling aman change as of today B IEC be nu nyamen prior to 2021 ebe nyamen nung 2021 hani bi wa IEC kini wala beje fenne man falinje nothing na judiciary system Supreme Court fenne man falinje the same wala beje andum bi Maduros men beje aka ila CNE wala muy itolla Independent Electoral Commission o nyinti CNE Maduros ala molle be sirinje yajele ni nata justice system o nyinto Maduros ala molle be sirinje ni nata parliament to parliament la speaker ala molle be sirinje especially comme bi Gambia bi ninga Gambia jiben IEC Adama Barrow la molle be sirinje men ye Adama Barrow fasa 2021 wala be sirinje bi ninga jiben na Supreme Court na Supreme Court bi jumal lel be sirinje Adama Barrow fasa la lel be sirinje hani bi kabin 2021 nimboto woto nga parliament jiben bi parliament jumanyol le be sirin parliament Adama Barrow la molle be sirin parliament Fabakary Tombong Jatta anin Sidin Jai andu ñini be ñing institution sabol be men kata IEC ti men kata Supreme Court men kata parliament o ñini be ka very crucial role le play nanata presidential election o ñinna alinkana ñina jela UDP kolo ñinu kal election o tiñale ñinu ka election o dedale ngajele Senegal imang election o tinya woto ya election o deda woto le Senegal la Supreme Court Senegal la Electoral Commission Senegal la Parliament ngaje wolye election o nyin wolye election o dedale so walatin naliye la moy alba understand la be men fokan ko nyin institution sabol nyinal ka election o deda nyinal ka election o tinya wala mu IEC wala mu Supreme Court wala mu Parliament o nyinti because najele fanan 2016 kodi imaje 2016 yaya jamme ko abe apilo kela Supreme Court wotumo jumanyo lebe Supreme Court yaya jamme la kangoro George Sol lebe Supreme Court imaje Parliament wulatinna fa bakar tombo njata ye emergency state of emergency dundi you know andum nina ta jiben fanan IEC wotumo fanan ati mo kilo ya jamme na mo lele beje nin atranun ko kol manta tatanu nyamen tennu yaya jamme ate bolaje 2026 andu jumale bo sabula wala mu IEC wala mu Supreme Court wala mu Parliament nyinanum UN slams Venezuela repression and lack of transparency. No third term for Adama Barrow 2026. Hashtag Barrow must go by force 2026. Nicolas Maduro maintains he has been re-elected to a third term, but the opposition says it has evidence showing it won the election. A group of United Nations experts has said that Venezuela's presidential election lacked basic transparency and integrity. The UN panel of experts has echoed the criticism leveled by the Carter Center, whose independent observers said earlier that the election could not be considered democratic. Both organizations have criticized Venezuela's National Electoral Council, CNE, for declaring the incumbent Nicolas Maduro the winner without publishing detailed voting tallies. The UN Human Rights Chief had earlier warned of a climate of fear caused by arbitrary detention carried out in the wake of the election. According to the Venezuelan government, more than 2,400 people have been detained since 29th July, the day the disputed election result was announced. UN Human Rights Chief Volker Turk said in a statement published on Tuesday that it is especially troubling that so many people are being detained, accused, or charged with incitement to hatred under the counter-terrorism legislation. The UN denounced the fact that in the weeks since the vote, street protests and criticism on social media had been met with fierce repression by the state. It said its independent rights experts had recorded 23 deaths between 28 July, when the election was held, and 8 August. Most of them were caused by gunfire. Mr. Maduro on Monday put the death toll at 25 and blamed opposition violence for the deaths. He urged this justice system, which is largely under the control of his socialist PSUV party, to act with an iron fist. UN Human Rights Chief Volker Turk insisted that all deaths be investigated and stressed there should be no repeat of the disproportionate use of force by law enforcement officials and the attacks on demonstrators by armed individuals supporting the government. Protests erupted after the CNE, which is dominated by government allies, declared Mr. Maduro the winner without publishing detailed voting tallies. The opposition says the tallies prove that its candidate, Edmundo Gonzalez, won by a wide margin. It has uploaded copies collected by its observers on election night to the internet. These tallies, which have been reviewed by independent observers and media, suggest Mr. Gonzalez won 67% of the vote, compared to Mr. Maduro's 30%. On Tuesday, a panel of UN experts invited by Venezuela's National Electoral Council to follow the election made its preliminary results public. The experts found that the election day had taken place in a largely peaceful environment and was logistically well organized. But they concluded that the way the CNE had announced the results fell short of the basic transparency and integrity measures that are essential to holding credible elections. In particular, the UN experts highlighting the CNE's failure to publish any results or results broken down by polling stations to support their oral announcement declaring Mr. Maduro the winner. They said that this failure had no precedent in contemporary democratic elections. National Assembly head Jorge Rodriguez called the UN panel rubbish. The UN panel also said it has reviewed a small sample of the voting tallies published by the opposition and found them to exhibit all the security features of the original result protocols. The government had earlier tried to cast doubt on the veracity of the voting tallies uploaded by the opposition, alleging that they lacked the necessary signatures and security features such as QR codes. The Venezuelan Foreign Ministry has dismissed the UN experts' report as a propaganda act serving the interest of the Venezuelan far right. Jorge Rodriguez, the head of the government-dominated National Assembly, called the UN panel fake experts and rubbish and accused them of lying. His proposal to change the electoral laws so that no foreigner will ever be able to come to Venezuela to give an opinion on anything related to elections in Venezuela was met with a standing ovation by Alhaji Toure.